March Madness and save 20% off on all Nutricon online orders. And you can use the code JesterRadio and save 15% off on all Cream Supreme orders. So you recently, changed the surname. You went through that whole process. How was it, because obviously you got married in Greece, but how was it changing from a Greek surname to...
Well, admin purposes, a lot of people thanked me. Because
who was thanking you?
It was Papadogianni, so...
Pronunciation-wise, that's
yes, and spelling, it's 14-letter surname, so... I make Adam much better, thanks. So, yeah.
And you're not... Because obviously, nowadays it happens more often where people if a girl won't want to change her surname or, you were open to it.
Yes, interesting enough that you say that a lot of people in Greece don't. My husband said I don't need to if I don't want to. It's really just whatever I want.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that you say that. I chose to change. But yes, now it's becoming a trend where people aren't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go back to when we met.
Yes.
So essentially it was at WBFF, right?
Yes.
So we'll call you an ex-bikini athlete, or what would you like to call yourself in terms of fitness?
Yes, I'd say that. No, that's a good one. Yeah.
And now, like-minded people, I like to see that you used to post a lot of cycling stuff. Now, obviously, you're just posting more business.
Yes.
But cycling. Let's talk about your love for cycling, transitioning from competing training, because obviously that's still a part of your life.
Of course, yes. I won't change that. But yes, I've discovered cycling. I've been riding now for a year. It was quite intimidating because it was new skills I needed to learn. Obviously I was riding bikes when I was small, but now I needed to learn how to change gears, cleat in, cleat out, and I'm not good at it. Not good at it at all, but I love it. Yeah, it's just such a cool sport, and I wish I knew about it sooner.
Was it your husband that got you into it?
Yes, he's a pro. He'll love it.
Okay.
He's a pro cyclist, but especially during lockdown, that's when I kind of looked at my training and what should I be doing to. Now we don't have access to gyms, so what do we do? And obviously wanted to still try to keep in shape. I was doing my training online and doing that kind of a thing, and it was cool, but I love training with people. It feels more social. For me to be training on my own, it felt a bit like work. I'm not sure how you felt about it, but eventually, yes, like for a couple of months, you're just hitting it and you're staying motivated and you're doing it. But then it's like, I don't really feel like it today, and it's like, I want to go outside. Let's do something outdoorsy, And my husband we have an indoor trainer, and he was cycling indoor with his friends online. And he I think it's also saved him, saved all of us. Training saved us mentally, I think, during lockdown. And he loved the indoor, and he kept, saying, you should try, you'll love this. And then I was like, okay, yes, I need a bike, and let me try give it a go. And that's it. And I got a bike, I've been practicing, and now we have a cool group. I'm definitely the slowest, but I'm okay with that. I've come to terms with that. I do train to work on my fitness, but it's more the feeling. It's such a great sport, and like I said, I wish I had known about it sooner. Yeah.
Well, if you look at cycling, let's break it. If you look at gym, when you first started, or if you maybe get a great pump, you have good endorphins, but that's actually pretty seldom.
Yes.
Whereas if you go do a cardio endurance-based activity, running, cycling, whatever it may be, it's almost there's endorphins every single time. It's seldom 100%. That you adapt and don't feel the endorphins after a cycle.
Yes.
And that's also why training could, weight training could start become a chore or feel like a job is because
it's that feeling.
Yeah.
That feeling after.
And you're not experiencing outdoors, as you say. You're not seeing nature. You're not seeing. Obviously, a lot of road cycling is on the road, so you're seeing cars, but you're passing areas that you might not have driven before. You're seeing, and then also, I mean, it's, as you say, a community. Even online, when you are indoors, you got a bunch of people that compete against each other, a bunch of people that monitor and see and are motivated by each other.
It's exactly that, and especially after a long week, and you just hop onto your bike. You're with your friends and you're just riding and it's just beautiful outside, the smell of fresh air. Stop, have a coffee. It's awesome.
Yeah. What the one negative thing I've seen from, let's say, Strava is you start to compare to other people.
100%. Those analytics, check those analytics.
Like I'll see someone that does that. Okay, let's say if we look at running now, because you can look at pace a lot easier.
Yes.
And you can analyze and see exactly this person ran 10K in this time at this pace. Because obviously you can see the pace. Whereas with cycling, you don't know exactly the gradient that you, otherwise if you go in it, you can see.
But
with running, you can see exactly. And I start comparing myself to other people. And while I'm exercising, supposed to be an easy run, then I'm thinking, no, but these people are going to see this on Strava. I need to work hard. I don't want these people on Strava seeing that I'm not going
like
fast.
That. So he's like, oh, should I log this ride? Should I log it? And then I'm like, oh, whatever. Yeah. I'm doing it anyway. So
Strava's almost become like the Instagram of fitness, because it's almost to, not everyone does it, but it's to show this is how fit I am. This is how good I am.
It is huge. It is huge. And I didn't realize it. Hey, this when I was introduced to this world, I was like, what is going on here? This is crazy. And you see other people where they are, like their speed, and I was just like, what? I need to up my game. And that's it. You just stay on point,
And actually, kind of off topic, but looking at human nature, if we look at people that are intimidated to go to the gym and people that are intimidated to, obviously it's most of the time it is more women than men that are intimidated to go to the gym, and they're going to feel judged. And there are people in the fitness industry or just general gym goers that might judge you. But it's the same to be said. It's in every little niche. In cycling, there could be people that are judging you. In fitness, there could be people that are judging you. And it's interesting how, it doesn't matter. You can be this muscle bound, big muscles, very strong, can deadlift, whatever. But when you go cycling, you'll be judged by the cyclist, and you're out of your comfort zone. So you still are vulnerable.
Yes. And I was definitely intimidated when I started, because when you're good at something and now you're not good at this, and you're just hanging on for dear life, when you're cycling with your mates. And I was like, goodness, this is not great. Like, it hurts your ego, but you know what? It's good. It's good. Sometimes you need to be in situations like that, because there's always room for improvement.
Yeah.
You can always work on yourself. It doesn't matter in which environment you're in. And it's just like, okay, cool, I have a challenge here. Let's set some goals, and that's what I've done. I've met so many nice people through it. And I didn't realize how large, the community is. I mean, you go to the Cradle on a Saturday or a Sunday, and everyone is just having fun. And I was like, what? This is so cool. Like, no, it's cool to be part of it now. Yeah. Like I said, I'm probably one of those that's all the gear, no idea kind of people, but it's fine. I love it. I love it.
But also, it should be about having fun, and it should be about, just enjoying it and improving. And that's something about cycling and running and, endurance events where someone can look physically terrible but be amazing.
Yes.
I mean, you'll be doing a ride. You can be
fooled beyond.
You'll be doing a ride and you'll be dying. You fit, you look slim, your fat percentage is low, but then some guy comes racing past you. He's a very fat, heavy bound person, but he's
a beast.
Yeah, he's a beast and he can outride you.
Yeah, and it's like, what? I know.
So obviously adapting and making changes now, your business.
Yes.
And this leather company.
Yes.
So is it a company that you started?
Yes.
Because on your website I saw that you create from trending ideas, or what is exactly that you do with this leather?
So I've started I've started a business. We hand make leather accessories. We do leather harnesses. One of these accessories and
The choker. It is.
and the choker. Yes,
It is straight.
Thank you. Yes. So this is my new passion. I started it last year, and yes. So I previously had a bikini business. I was in corporate, and then
What did you do in corporate?
So I was working for a logistics
Okay.
company, and we were importing products, and I was handling the logistics and so on. And you study, you go and work, get a corporate job because you need to pay your bills, and you also think this is what you need to do to make it. And that's what I did, and I worked for 3 businesses and good, well-known businesses. And Jesse, I wasn't happy. It can be a bit soul-destroying if you are creative, and you don't have that creative outlet, and you're just punching numbers and capturing data, which is great. I mean, I'm grateful I did that stuff because I use it now. But it didn't bring me joy, and what happened was my husband, my fiance then, he said to me, he's like, babe, just give it a break and see what you can find. Like, maybe let's find your passion and let's turn it into a business. So I started a bikini business, and it was an international one. Oh, I love the Ravish Sands, and they're amazing. I love their bikinis. Unfortunately, it just didn't do well. So I had to shut it. And it was quite upsetting because, like I said, I believed in the brand, the product, but it
maybe just because of our economy? Was it expensive?
Yes, it's a different market
size.
Yes, and, it was a bit difficult in our market share. I mean, you compare it to the States, or maybe timing, maybe that may have been an issue. But anyway, and then it was on to the next thing. And I shut the bikini business. It was just before COVID. And then, COVID happened, and, I love social, and thank God I did. And then I'm always on social media, as you know, and I saw these harnesses, and I was like, what is that? I love it. And I looked, where I could find them here, and I couldn't find anything. And I'm sure they exist, but to, especially find a brand or something you could identify with, I'm like, I don't know, So I was like, I'm going to start making these. I'm going to start designing because I've always loved fashion. It's one of my passions. And I've always been creating, and like I said, it's being a creative. I need that creative outlet. So I started designing and making my harnesses from my garage. And now I've turned it into a full-on power business. I have a studio as well. I have a little team that helps me, and it brings me so much joy. And as mentioned, even though I had to close my businesses and my bikini business and, walk the journey that you need to in order to find your happiness or your niche, it has, each and everything I worked for or, any...
No stress.
It all taught me lessons, and that's what I needed. I needed to equip myself with, from building a website to marketing to, signing up with couriers. It's, just understanding business. It's all taught me, and it's got me where I am today. So I'm grateful for all those fails, or however you'd like to put it.
Hurdles, maybe.
I'm grateful for them because it's brought me here, and I can't tell you how happy I am. Yeah, so we make very cool leather harnesses. We do intimate lingerie harnesses, and we do the fashion accessories. And it's doing really well, thank God, yeah.
And where on your website, it said that you model it over things that are trending overseas, or what exactly do you do? Is it everything customized how you like it? Or?
Yes, so they are quite well known overseas, and so basically I see what is trending, and then I turn them into my products.
Okay, and then I also
I'll
saw
add
that,
a Kanella touch. And
the brand is called Kanella, guys.
Yes. So I make it from my heart.
And you also do custom designs and custom sizing.
Yes. So that's what makes my brand pretty cool, is that we have something for everybody. It's not a one size fits all. We make something for you that will fit you perfectly and will make you feel how, when some of my customers say to me, I feel safe, I feel sexy, I feel powerful. And that's what my product does. It's how you feel in them.
Yeah.
And that's rewarding for me, yes.
You obviously went through all these hurdles and all these, learning curves, and I won't say failures, because, one setback has propelled you forward.
Exactly, yes.
But do you think, because I was actually listening to a podcast earlier today where they're talking about the schooling system and how the schooling system, let's just say, even at varsity, we can include varsity, it doesn't really equip people to run businesses.
No.
It doesn't equip people to understand taxes, unless you're obviously studying accounting.
Yes.
But that's unfortunate. And if you look at now in today's age, the amount of small businesses, the amount of people that have started their own business maybe because of COVID or just because of social media and the availability of being able to, market your product for free, essentially. None of that is being taught in school.
No.
And it's unfortunate because
it's life that teaches you that.
Yeah, and it's life. But, do you think schooling could change a little bit where, some certain, even just a crash course on tax or a crash course on, I don't know, marketing or, those small things,
Definitely.
especially because of the way things are going, where there's way more small businesses.
Definitely. I mean, yes, I studied, I have a business, I have a BCom honors logistics degree. I mean, I'm equipped, but, you go into the workplace and like you said, it's, you learn, but learning and experiencing something are two different things. You start working from out of art. You feel like you don't know anything.
Yeah.
You humbled very quickly and then you see the guys that are running the show and you're like, well, I want to be like that. It's like, what do I need to do? And it's also, it's also about wanting to learn. These, all these courses that are available. I mean, there's so many you can learn on YouTube. I mean, there's so many ways you could equip yourself with information and knowledge and skills. But I feel like you must want to. You can't always be spoon-fed.
Yeah.
If you want something, you must go for it. And that's what my husband said to me. He's like, babe, you must commit. Whatever you do, commit. Whether it's driving, whether it's sports, whether it's business, commit. And that's what you do.
Yeah, anything worthwhile is worth
You
doing
go
well.
and you're all in. If you really want it to work, you must put in the work because it's not going to come to you.
And fortunately, we are in a time where, as you say, you're always on social media, where you can market your product on social media. You can, advertise. You can, send it to one person and they post it and you get 5 clients just from that person. It's amazing how, technology has developed in a way that has equipped so many small business people.
No, it's been great. It's really worked well for me, thank God, from that point of view. I mean, shame, especially my parents, they don't understand social media. Like, how are you marketing it? And, I explain it's like you use people, you ask people to work with you, you collaborate, you have to be creative, you have to think out the box, and, you can't do it on your own. That's one thing I've learned. You cannot do it on your own. You need help, and it's wonderful that there are some really kind and good people out there that, will review your products and your business and, and just say really nice things about you, and, and they don't even know you are, but they, you know, as much as people can complain, there are those that will always be like, hey, I found this company and have you seen the quality? Have you seen how cool these things are? And that goes a long way, you know, nothing beats word of mouth. You know how it is. I mean, if you hear, you know, if someone says to you, Jessie, try this supplement or whatever, and it's someone you trust, and you'll be like, you'll listen. But and that's what influencers are for us, and yeah, it's just how important it is and how powerful it is. It's very powerful, you know. So thank you to all those that have said really kind things.
Yeah.
You know, it's great.
And so if you look at, you know, let's take your business and let's say you started 50 years ago. The only way people will know about it if they're walking in a shopping center or whatever and they see it in a store. Whereas now people can go and even just by Googling leather, possibly your website could come up. Just by Googling choker, your stuff could come up. And that's amazing, you know, and it's helped so many businesses just become established just by having the availability of, you know, typing 2 words and pressing search and it comes up.
Yes. So marketing is huge. Advertising is huge. You can't have a business without doing it, especially social media. I've educated myself on Facebook ads, Google, and I feel like I still have so much to learn, because as you think you have it, there's a shift. You're like, okay, I have to change things up. I need to find out more. How do I target my market? How do I spend so that your money is spent efficiently, effectively, and you're getting your brand message across correctly.
As you say, you know, things are always changing, and you're obviously someone that constantly is learning and, you know, trying to stay up with the times and doing her research to be able to stay current.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, what kind of stuff do you, obviously you follow trends overseas, you follow certain, you know, brands overseas and certain companies, but, you know, have you done any like physical self-learning, even just watching YouTube videos on how to, I don't know, make sure a strap doesn't fall off, you know, like what is the process of starting this business and learning?
Yeah, I did. Hey, I had to do it all. I feel like the more you know, the better you are to, you know, to have a successful business. I feel like you don't know enough, and you have to always strive to. There's always room for improvement, and you have to make the effort, even if you don't have time. You find it, or you speak to people, pay someone that can, but to not do it is not an option.
Yeah.
Well,
if you look at any business analytically, you know, you're saying you need good people. You can't do it all alone. If you look at something analytically, if you are doing everything 50%, you know, you're not going to be doing well. But if you are really good at something and you are able to give 100% and you're able to pay someone to do it a different thing that you aren't or not capable or don't have time to do, and they do it 100%, you know, you can benefit and your business can benefit so more, because a lot of people will try to do everything themselves, maybe save a little bit of money in the short term, but in the long term, the business isn't going to grow.
Exactly.
And that's obviously hurdles and, you know, learning curves that you've learned throughout the way.
Yeah, because you know what, you can't be good at everything, and you can't be everywhere at once. And you know, and that's why, like, if you can't do it, admit it. Say, cool, I actually don't know everything. Who does? And you because you have to look at the bigger picture. Can't look at it now. You have to be looking in the future. So where am I going to be? This is where I'm going to be in the next 6 months, 1 year, and that's how you move. But if you're not thinking that way, you could just remain in the same place for the next 5 years.
Yeah,
you have to grow.
Yeah, with that bikini business that you were doing, and obviously it's a similar business model. Essentially, you know, a lot of, and you know, that closing down. What lessons did you learn from that you're able to now implement with this new business?
Yes. So I learned how to build my own websites. So that I've learned marketing 100%, and just understanding the South African customer. I think that's been the biggest lesson. you can't compare our customer base to the Americans. Like, if we're quite conservative here. And just understanding what the South African wants. If you can understand that, then I think you've got something good.
Yeah. And it's building that brand awareness because, you need to show women that, as you say, when a lady tells you that she felt powerful, she felt strong in, your products, it's building that awareness and showing people that all different shapes and sizes and colors, this product's for you.
Yes. And, yes, it's just getting that across. And, because I've had some customers say to me, but you won't have my size. It won't look good on me. I'm like, why wouldn't it look good on you? Just try it. And I even say to them, if it doesn't fit you and you don't feel great, I'll give you your money back. But it's really, just try it out. And, you are beautiful. You are sexy. Just love yourself. It's I think it gets washed down, self-love. But it's a huge thing. And how many women people, not just women, they just don't think they're great. They don't love themselves. And you have to love yourself first before you can love anyone.
Yeah. And it's society.
Anything.
Yeah, it's society that's also, when I was young, I pretty much still did as well. I always used to wear, orange shoes with blue pants with a green T-shirt with, I don't know, a red cap.
Yes.
And my parents were like, Jesse, bro, you don't match. Like, you shouldn't be going out like this. And I was like, I feel confident. I feel happy. Who cares?
Exactly.
And it's a lot of society. Obviously, I mean, I'm not upset with my parents for saying any of that. But, a lot of society is it's other people's opinions and other people's thoughts being put onto you. And then, when you're constantly hearing that, you think it's kind of your own thoughts, or you might think, okay, I don't look good enough. These people are right. And then you live the rest of your life thinking you're not good enough.
Well, it's exactly that. But that's why, with my business, and I have a slogan that says, wear it your way. Don't wear it like everyone else's. If that's how you want to wear it, who cares? If you can identify with it and it makes you feel great, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And you know what? People don't actually care.
Yeah. A lot of the time.
That's what I've learned.
Yeah.
People don't actually care. It's all in your head.
Yeah. A lot of the time you
just
think
rock it.
That person's judging me. That person's this. That person, they talking about me. At the end of the day, you're not actually that important that all these people are talking about you.
It's what? Everyone is too focused on their own stories. I mean, especially after COVID, for goodness sakes. I think people have dealt with a lot of sadness, a lot of emotions. But, at the end of the day, you just have to put your priorities in a line and you get your head straight and say, well, I'm doing it for me.
Yeah.
I don't care what people think.
And would you keep this business fully online, or would you open up pop-up stores, or are there plans of that?
So
or can you say that?
Yes. So I'm hoping to be distributing into a few stores. That's coming. I'm also going to be doing photo shoots. I'm actually looking for influencers at the moment. So yes.
So how long has the business been, like, from day one till now? How long is that now?
So where we now, March. That's a year.
Okay.
Online, it was May. It's May. But it's moved quite quickly.
Yeah.
And I've just have such interesting people buying from me. It's people that don't want to fit in. They don't want to conform. You want to stand out. And that's it.
Yeah. And I think, having such a niche market of people, it's actually more beneficial for your brand, because that also creates the loyalty, it creates the trust, and it keeps some people coming back.
Yes.
Is that was your intention that, or was it kind of just, I want to create a product that I really like, and, I think other people will really love this too?
Yes. I think it's more the latter.
Yeah.
I loved it. And then when I started my Instagram page and people were messaging me, wow, we've been waiting for you. like, we've been wanting these products. And I was like, what? Like this is so cool. I'm making people happy, and that's great for me.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I'm doing
So it
this.
started out with you maybe doing some designs and just wearing it, and
Yes.
not really mentioning it's for sale, and then eventually people came to you.
People were wondering, what is that you're wearing? They were thinking more like BDSM. What's going on here, Christina? And I'm like, no. You can wear it your way.
Yeah.
You can use it that way. You can use it fashion, wear it casually.
The way you are right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this is how I wear it.
Yeah.
And I love it.
You don't have any cycling versions?
Hey, watch the space.
Okay, we'll see.
Yes, and for women especially, on the lingerie side, it's great that women feel powerful wearing them, and it's not a ugly thing. It's not something to be ashamed of. It's just an accessory that you're adding to your lingerie, and it makes you feel beautiful, and that's what my products do. They make you feel beautiful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on this episode. I really appreciate it.
JC, thank you so much for having me. This has been great.